What's up, everybody? This is Skywalker. This is a regular public match domination on grind. I end up getting a nuclear medal. And as you might notice here pretty quickly, I am on a different account than the one I used for my first video where I was on my fake Optic account. And so I was going to talk about usernames and explain why different people might have different usernames, some of the reasons behind that. Some people might have different accounts for, one might be a pub stomping account, one might be a league account. People might grow out of, they might get older and grow out of certain names that they had when they were kids. My reasons aren't anywhere near that cool. So I was just going to kind of troll myself for the next several minutes here. I started playing Call of Duty with Black Ops 1 and hadn't had any usernames prior to that because I just hadn't played games online. I was always a Final Fantasy, Ninja Gaiden kind of RPG player. But when I got into Black Ops 1, I'd like to think that I'm a funny person. And so my first username was Vampomeranian. For those of you who might have seen Blade 3, they had a vampire Pomeranian, and I thought that was just funny as hell, and so I ended up being Vampomeranian. But I'm the type of person who is a complete asshole who can't have fun doing anything. I have to completely dominate, conquer, just go super hardcore, balls to the wall, what have you. And so I had to get more serious about it. So I started watching YouTube videos and started getting into the whole pro scene and whatever else, and so my next username was Death Dealer. This was kind of right in the when Underworld was popular and everybody else was a Death Dealer, and so it ended up taking me like 30 minutes just to find a username that wasn't Death Dealer or something that I could adjust it to, and so I ended up being like /_death /__dealer, whatever else. You get the picture. But anyway, I had to be hardcore, and that was hardcore, so I ended up picking that one. And of course I got a rash of hell for it, but whatever. After that, that's when this account came into play, is when Modern Warfare 3 came out and they introduced Call of Duty Elite. And they had, all the clan wars and all the stuff, the competitions and whatever. And of course I had to make my own clan because I didn't want to just join anybody else's clan. I had to make it my own, and so I ended up picking E2I Reaper. E2I stands for Ember 2 Inferno, which if there are any Trivium fans, you'll know that that's the title of their first album, Ember 2 Inferno. And then Reaper, because, Reaper's badass, and so I had to do that too. So it's, I picked a metal name and then Reaper, so I'm doubly a badass. So I got into doing that, and then when Black Ops 2 came out, there was the whole focus on, league play and the pro scene and everything else. And I started watching all the Optic guys, and so naturally I had to have a fake Optic account because I wanted to get on there and be on League Play and show everybody that I was just as badass as they were, and which totally didn't pan out, but I had to I made my fake Optic account, which is Optic Eternity, and of course I got trolled massively for that because, number one, Optic didn't at the time play on the PlayStation. They played on the Xbox because that was the platform of MLG and everything else. And naturally there was some games I did pretty well in, and then there was a bunch of games where I just got absolutely destroyed. And so everybody wanted, the fake Optic guy, we just beat the hell out of you. And which, yeah, I totally had it coming. I deserved it. But anyway, the next one I went to after that was when Ghost came out, and I wanted to kind of reinvent myself or whatever, and I got a rash of hell for being E2I Reaper because nobody knew what E2I stood for, and then Reaper, well, everybody's a Reaper, so then I changed to something. I went to Veil Vengeance. The reason that I picked, Veil was going to be my new clan tag because it was a little bit more abstract. if anybody knows the Robert Jordan series of books that there's like 1,000 in, the Wheel of Time, there's a group of people named the Aiel or Ale or whatever you want to call them, who were not necessarily savages, but they were pretty beast-ass people. And before they went to kill people, they would always veil themselves. And so I thought, veil, and then Vengeance, I played off of Trivium's album Vengeance Falls. I thought that was cool, and so again, I'm doubly a badass once again. So after that, I thought I needed another Optic account. So yes, you heard that right. Not only do I have one fake Optic account, I've got 2 fake Optic accounts. And I couldn't do Eternity because I had a backward, or I had a 3 for the second E in Eternity, and everybody thought that was retarded, which it was retarded. I'm sorry, ridiculous. I don't want to be non-PC. And there's the Nuclear. But my next one after that was Optic Mashadar, or Mashadar, or again, whatever, however you want to pronounce that. Once again, it was a killing mist from the Robert Jordan books. So I definitely recommend reading that series, by the way. It's completely epic. Just like me. But that was my next one. And my most recent one that I came up with was something a little bit more, not necessarily unique, but kind of more me, not so serious and retarded. Or again, with the retarded, man. I apologize. My newest one is Jedi Skywalker. And that's the one that you're going to start seeing when Black Ops 3 comes out, when I start getting videos for that. My first name's Luke. I was born in 1981, and so everybody was calling me Master Luke. I have 2,500 or 2,600 fathers, give or take. I even have some women that are fathers, that are my father, which I found kind of interesting and odd. But anyway, that's what I've got to say about usernames. Like, favorite, subscribe, whatever you do, and I will see you on the next video.